I always have abundance of faith. Oh, Haley, you
Because
didn't do the thing.
Because you are I am so sorry. Pause. All right. Welcome to the Sage of the Intern podcast. I am Bernie. That is Double S. And excuse me, vessel of Jeffrey Walliner, we must get your consent to be putting your face, your visual and auditory likenesses on the interwebs. Do you consent to being recorded and streamed live?
Given, granted, delivered.
Perfect.
Thank you kindly, sir. And see, now I've lost where we were, Double S. And is Florida Man going to come and join us?
He's going to make an appearance at some point. He can't stay away. He loves the camera.
Well, who doesn't when you get to talk to Sage the intern, even though she has raised her hand and said she was tapping out?
I'm out.
He's an incorrigible
Good luck.
curmudgeon.
Well,
can I just say how great this is?
But I'll hop back in.
Say what?
That we have the actual namesake of the show tapping out on her own show live. It's just 24
I'm just a god.
Sage the intern,
Effortless.
You are an effortless god, and so you are allowed to just sit back and relax and allow us to do our best to entertain the audience. That is what we shall do.
Mm-hmm.
I have a merch idea for y'all too. We'll start here. Today, I decided that we need to have our own potato chip franchise line, and they're going to be penis-shaped potato chips, so that when you need to tell someone in life to eat a bag of dicks, you can offer them a lovely snack.
That's beautiful and iconic. And
it's a bless your heart sort of situation energy. You understand? Eat a bag of dicks. These ones are dill pickle flavor.
We should have funky flavors too. Like we'll have the classic, original kettle barbecue. And
Absolutely.
Then we'll have funky flavors.
Like what?
Vinegar?
What are the
That's the vinegar is unfortunately a classic.
Yeah, it's absolutely
unfortunately because I only like them 50% of the time.
I agree with that. We have had that conversation. If you don't have the right vinegar to salt ratio, it is not a good situation.
I thought
Can we talk about this ratio for a second?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I think we need a vinegar to salt ratio. Discuss.
A vinegar to salt. I agree. I agree. Vinegar should be higher on that list compared to salt. Because if we're talking about potato chips,
we're talking potato chips.
You have potato, and you have oil. That equals potato chip, and then you have the flavoring, which is the vinegar and the salt. And you have to say the vinegar is the most healthy part of that. So you need more of the healthy part.
I understand. So it's a health food. If the ratio tips in favor of vinegar, it becomes very organic and doctor approved. I understand. That I can get behind.
There it is. Go. Folks watching back home, we have just crossed the Rubicon today.
We did.
All day, every day, it's all that we're doing. All of our wonderful merch ideas. Sage the intern, I am a bit disappointed in you tapping out because I did want to ask you about your dreams that you did not tell me.
No dreams this week. No dreams. Because you know what I was going to do? I had a plan today.
You had a plan to get into the astral realm in a different way. So we were not doing it in the nighttime.
No, so my plan, because I'm so tired, and this is completely my fault. This is no one else's fault but mine. My plan was to get home. My drive back home is 15 minutes. Get home at 4:15, clonk, just absolutely sleep until probably 6:45 until this podcast. And then I'd have a dream, and I'd remember it. because that's
So-
just who I am in life.
You were planning
I
to have a
don't.
dream in time for the podcast.
Yeah, I was.
That is impressive. I have a lot of respect for
Only
that.
an effortless deity would plan on that.
I know,
Only.
but then I was like, oh my gosh, I have
Only.
to get this garden planted before it's gonna dump rain back on us.
Sage the intern is
Yeah.
not only
Right.
lucid dreaming and planning her dreams, she is growing her own vegetables that she can add to her sourdough bagels. Are you gonna make some jalapeno sourdough bagels? Because that would make me so happy.
Only for you. Only for you.
Made
I
our
owe
board
you,
happy. See
anyways.
that?
Jalapeno sourdough
Okay.
bagels from Double S, another merch line.
Let's go. Let's
Oh,
go.
I should get you fancy cheddar. I have a
I
plan.
would look.
It's too late.
Can we just define fancy on a scale here? Are we talking a little bit fancy? Are we talking like blow your freaking mind fancy? Like where are we on the fancy continuum?
So my base bagels are delicious. They don't need it. If you didn't want to, you could just eat the bagel plain. But if we have the fancy cheese that, you know what, isn't too expensive now compared to regular cheese.
Define fancy
top of-
cheese. Is this
It's-
this is
It's just directly from a creamery.
so when you
So
get
that equals fancy cheese.
whenever you go to the source that is fancy. Hello, Joseph. Look here. Tell us about fancy cheese.
I just had a Popeye. They were talking about bagels. You're talking bagels. Yeah, I'm going to show up. I got to show you. You can't talk about bagels in South Dakota without me popping in to opine on a situation for a bit. So tell me about the
I've got
bagel
for
shades,
you.
the internet shades, whatever you call yourself. What do you ask?
Okay, I know you aren't chronically online, but this is a good question for you. Do you scoop your bagels? Do you know what that means?
What? No.
I know what that's an insult, but that's fine because you're a god. I'll let it go. Otherwise, you're gonna schmite me. I don't need to be schmitten today. I got a lot of heartburn to be schmitten too. The thing about a bagel is that if you're on a diet, you're diabetic, whatever's going on with your life, maybe you had too much sugar growing up, maybe you're from Long Island, you scoop it out a little bit, okay? Maybe you're doing it's like your version of a keto bagel. Otherwise, you don't scoop it. You don't scoop it because it's an insult to the guy who's back there. He's at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's rolling the thing. He's rolling it back and forth. He's getting very excited. He's about to feed you. It's a good day. You're scooping it out. You're telling the guy you're a loser. Your bagel's only half good. Otherwise, it's fine. You do you, because the essence, and I think the rest of you agree with this. Yeah, when you're in the present Tongers, everything is about coming back to whatever suits you, because you are the effortless gods. You want to scoop. You don't want to scoop. Do what you got to do. It's not my business.
I must say, you're wrong. And are you ready for this?
That's a very bold statement.
Your bagel.
Of course I'm ready.
I'm so ready.
You're wrong already.
I'm always ready. I'm always
starting
ready to
fight, and
prove
I
wrong.
said I
You
wouldn't
should
talk
ask my mother-in-law. I'm wrong about everything. Okay, what do you got to say to me in turn of shades?
A bagel should never be scooped. It doesn't matter if you're diabetic. It doesn't matter it doesn't matter the situation at all. It is your fault for getting a bagel, so don't scoop it. That's the whole point of a bagel. Okay?
Okay,
If
I
you
think
wanted just
I
the
think I
crust,
understand what's happening.
go to the store, buy a bag of bread, and eat the crust off the bread. That is my opinion.
I know what's happening here. You think I don't see what's happening? I know what's happening. What we got here with shades, yeah, effortless God, of course, but an effortless Old Testament God with some very rigid rules. Because I mean, listen, you can't do this before midnight. What are we, gremlins? You can't scoop a bagel. You can't be fed before it. There's no rules. It's a bagel. You do what you want. It's a bagel.
I am absolutely living in the movie Gremlins all day, every day. So I am with Sage the intern apparently on this one. I'm just Sage the intern. I just so appreciate your perspective. It's your fault. It's your fault for getting a bagel.
You are
It's
the one who
your
elected
fault.
to eat it. You are putting it in your body. It's your fault.
Oh, well, happy birthday though to Nicole. So I'm going to switch.
Very
gears
happy
there
to
for
this,
a
Nicole. We're going to celebrate. We're going to have. Listen, I'm already having a glass in your honor tonight, Nicole, because it's a big birthday. 52 is a good year. It's very good. Yeah, I remember
I'll
my
take a
52nd. It
singular
was
shot for
38
you.
years ago. It was a fantastic day.
Cheers to Nicole. Happy birthday. Intern the stage. I do appreciate your effortless wisdom. Thank you very kindly for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
I, on the other hand, have to just again admit my ignorance. I had never heard anything such as scooping a bagel in my life.
Oh, it's a hot topic.
Oh, it's a thing. It's a very big thing. Divides families, divides countries.
Our whole country is divided. Because you
It
have
started a civil war. It was
from
over the bagel
California
scooping.
that scoop their bagels, and then you have the people on the coast, on the eastern coast specifically, who are like, "Do not scoop your bagels, you freaks." And you know what? They deserve credit. They're right.
Don't scoop a bagel. If you go bagel, what are you destroying a bagel by scooping it for? That's crazy.
Exactly.
Intern the sage is actually present and not present with us in such a very perfectionist sort of way that I am enjoying.
I just keep going lower, and I don't know how this happens every time. I don't know. If you'd see my position, though, you'd cackle at me.
Had to sage her entire team. Sage the intern, if you were to sage or black a paranormal investigation team, what would your method be?
Okay, can you restate that question so it actually goes to my brain? I'm sorry.
What is this, Jeopardy?
Intern the sage, if you were going to stage, if you were going to sage a paranormal investigation team, you would do it with a random cat appearance. Congratulations to the paranormal.
And it's a black cat, by the way.
So again, Sage the intern, effortless guide intern the sage, has already found her method without having to answer my question. Well done, you.
Hey.
No, what now is the cat that went across. You need a ladder to walk underneath, and you need unlucky tongs, and then boom, you got the triple threat of whatever's coming your way.
I would just dance around with a candle. I'd have a candle in my hand and dance
Bernie, can we
around.
practice?
Can we what? Practice?
Confused. Can we unpack the comment here from Nicole over there? The regular shades with blessed feather. What kind of feather are we talking here? A pigeon feather from like Central Park, or what are we? A feather from like one of the birds out there that you keep as your pet? The one that talks back to you? The one that says dirty limericks? What are we talking?
That isn't. I would love to have a parrot that would say dirty limericks. That would be hilarious. I would enjoy that very much.
I got shit. You want to borrow one of mine?
You have 6 parrots. I would listen. If that were true, that should be a YouTube channel in and of itself. Do we need to start a zoo? That's the next thing we need to do. And again,
we got the holy water right here, shall we?
Salute. Sage the intern, you had been the one who informed me that it is not legal to have blue jay feathers.
Yeah, that's true.
Why is that?
When did this happen?
Back in the day, they were okay, I'm gonna put a disclaimer on this right now. I'm misinformation queen sometimes. On accident. This is what I believe is true. So this is coming from Sage's word of mouth. Anyway, blue jay feathers.
I know they're
okay. I do know they're illegal. They are legal. You can Google schmoogle that. They are legal. I believe it was because they were they weren't a trading bird. They were a bird that makes your clothes look pretty. Arthur, move. So people would hunt them, and because they got into endangered levels, you can't have the feathers anymore.
I do believe that if Sage the intern the Sage deems it so in the Tongerverse, it is so, and it is true. And I choose to live on the timeline where you are correct, Miss. They were hunted near extinction, and it is now illegal to have a blue jay feather because they were. Let me tell you what.
The fine is huge for having one feather. It's a big ass fine.
Blue jays are kind of assholes, though.
Oh yeah, they're awful.
Yeah,
They
especially
were
the baseball Blue Jays. Forget it. Every time we played them up in Toronto, he's a 10-0 in a second inning anyway. But I think Shades is right. She'll let it be written. She'll let it be done in the Tonger bush.
just
Let
know
it
they're
be-
illegal, and the fine is quite a bit of money. All the birds were pissed at my Blue Jays this year, and they literally killed one. Oh, this is Arthur. It's Arthur, but I always pronounce it with an F. Arthur.
Arthur.
Yeah, because my words slurred together, my letters.
Oh,
And he responds to me. He's a god.
Well, cats do have that Egyptian sort of connection. I was going to also ask, where are the Blue Jays? I know that they are a baseball team. Where are they?
Oh.
The Canadians are up in Toronto.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
By the way, there's another one over here. I see a comment over here. Faith and intention. Can we highlight that for a quick second over here? Faith and intention usually last longer than Shades, to be honest. I tell you what, that's not wrong. Faith and intention were the names of two exotic dancers from Philly back in the old days, me and the guys. Anyway, they last a very long time. That's a very, very prescient comment.
But I will say nothing lasts longer than Sage the intern. Intern the Sage. Effortless God. Eternal effortless God. Intern the Sage.
You can't compete with eternity. That's a long time.
Intern the
Oh! Sorry, claws are in my leg.
Oh, here, I thought that maybe you had some
What?
great revelation you were going to share with us, that somehow you had some epiphany.
No, I'm wearing your socks.
Are you wearing my socks? Oh, I got some little bee socks for Intern the Sage that say Bee Haw. Them are gifts to you from Bernie. Little bumblebees with hats on them. Now let's create our own new Tonger verse. Who are the bumblebees in the cowboy hats?
I don't know.
Joseph, what do we got
Fish the hell
here?
out of me. I don't know. I got
We
nothing.
got bumblebees in cowboy
What are you asking?
hats.
I
They're
got
obvious. Well, what does a cowboy do? Cowboys, they herd cattle. So it's a bunch of bees who are herding cattle. And the bees that herd the cattle, the cattle are being taken to be turned into Frankie's Tongan good beef jerky.
I love beef
cattle.
jerky.
I'm thinking herding. I'm thinking my nephews. I'm going to eat my nephews. We're going to go right to the Donna party like we were talking last week. That's fine. I want to get back into that. That's another conversation.
What?
I got no problem.
Yeah, I
with
think
the
we
chef.
should. Intern the Sage says she loves beef jerky, so I think that comes from that Donner Party experience. Intern the Sage.
It does. Let me ask a friend of mine. Is that fine? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. Florida man.
Florida man's here to join us. Florida man, I imagine that in Florida, where things are a bit more wild and crazy all day, every day, that you have some very unique stories you could be telling us. What are some of the headlines? Intern the Sage. What?
Florida
well,
man.
I will tell you now, but you must provide your birthday.
Florida man.
Have you ever played the Florida man birthday game?
She is December 23rd. She is a Capricorn. We are both December babies.
All right, so we're going to do this. Let's see.
Intern the Sage. We also need some recent Florida man headlines.
I have some.
Oh,
that reaction was me reading the first one.
December 23rd. The Florida man with drugs around penis denies they were his.
Oh, period.
That
sounds like something I would do.
Now, pray tell, how did they end up there? Is the story I want to know.
Well,
they just fell down my pants.
Just says, I can't speak to it. I wasn't in that part of Florida on that day. I wish I were.
They just fell down my pants. I don't know what you want.
They were planted. No, they were planted on him by an evil crocodile. And Florida man, you need to go wrestle that crocodile down before he starts planting more drugs on more people's genitals.
There isn't a damn gator in that state or a croc that I have not wrestled at some point. But we're going to do a little Bernie investigation here.
Fantastimus. Tell me more. Tell me more Florida man headlines. I must know. Tell me more.
We have a Bernie birthday Florida man headline, which is Florida man smothers nephew's meatball sandwich with eye drop solution because he hated him that day.
It was on accident.
Sometimes
He
you
was
just
on
simply need to
accident.
smother one's nephew's meatball sandwich with eye drops. There's just no other way. There's just no other way. How the hell else are you going to settle agreements in the family? We've tried everything.
I'm sorry. What age
sorry,
is
but
this?
this is
What
how we
age
roll.
is
This
this
is just how we do
nephew?
it.
I need to know. What age is this nephew that we are speaking of? Do we
Well, the man
know?
was
Is that
45. They have not released the age of the nephew, which tells me we are dealing with a minor.
that is well, again, Crohn's Tonger. There's plenty of people who understand that there goes that Tongan in the back is agreeing. Well, what a lovely birthday Florida headline. And then what about for you, Florida man? You'll have to do your birthday. It's only fair.
Oh, yeah. It is only fair. Let's see what we
Intern
got.
the stage is just bursting to share her
I'm
headline.
so ready to share my two.
I'm so excited. Hello, Joanne. What do we got for your
Florida
birthday?
man robs store dressed as Spider-Man.
And what is your birthday that we get? We all shared Capricorn, Sagittarius. What do we got here? Zodiac,
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Ooh, that's fine.
Aquarius.
And what day? I have my sister's Aquarius. Joshy Page also Aquarius. What day are you?
120. 120.
Shashi Page is 128, and so is my Uncle Harley. Y'all a bunch of Aquariuses in a pod. Now,
Babies in the bod.
I have an affinity for everybody named Harley anyway. But doubly
as
so.
well you should. Harley, my Uncle Harley.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's good stuff. Say to the entire. Oh, there she's just gonna up
I
and
need a drink. I'm quenched. Maybe I'll
Florida man arrested for DUI after mistaking bank drive-through for Taco Bell.
Oh, that's iconic.
oh, that's
Perfect.
the thing I want to do too. I would love very much to that would be a fantastic adventure. Go through the bank drive-through and start ordering Taco Bell. I think that is that's a Tonger game right there. What would you call that? Incorrectimus drive-through Tonger, where you do the wrong thing at a drive-through on purpose. So you go to Starbucks and you try to order Slim
IDTT.
Chicken.
That's a hashtag. IDTT.
Incorrectimus
drive-through Tonger.
drive-through Tonger. Incorrectimus drive-through Tonger. That is what we're doing now. And what drive-through will you go through, and what will you be ordering incorrectimously for the funsies of it?
Oh, it's absolutely going to have to be a Mickey D's and like 6 Big Macs.
An
And a
incorrect.
chicken nugget, just cuz.
Well, you always have to get those chicken nuggets, even though you know they're made of just nothing that you could consider actual chicken. Intern,
Or
say,
Wait.
food.
Wait.
At all.
Guess
What?
what? We have to talk about one of my Amazon purchases.
well, all
I didn't
right,
even
then.
get to my drink yet. I saw this on the floor. Okay, before I show you, you have to guess what it is.
I
Can
have
you
to
use
guess.
it to rob
Okay,
a
so,
drive-through?
fair question.
No.
Can you use
Maybe.
it?
I got nothing then. All my guesses revolved around like functional drive-through robbing weapons.
Yeah, all you need is your tongue. And you say, excuse me, but can I have all the cash in the cash register today? Because I'm an effortless guy and I would just like to take that with me as I go. Thank you.
You can't say no to
Intern
somebody
the
crazy
stage.
enough to
I'm
wield
so
tongues in
excited.
robbery.
I'm so excited. What do you got? Lay it on us.
Cool.
So guess what
Is it a
this
keyboard duster? That's not a keyboard duster.
That is
What is
a K cup of blood for your vampire coffee in the morning.
It is, in fact, Jesus Christ blood.
What?
And his body is right on top. Because I'm an effortless god, I'm going to start handing them out. Because I have 100.
No way.
I had to get, okay, as an ex-Catholic, I had to get them. They were too funny. They just appeared on my Amazon as an ad, and I said, oh, this is going in my cart.
You absolutely need to bring those to the Tonger tournament June 29th in Sioux Falls. You need to hand those out with our mini tongs. You also get a body of Christ from
That gets like freaking
The worst part, okay, I did try one.
exciting.
The grape, the grape juice. The grape juice does taste a little like wine. Can you get drunk off of it? Probably not.
Is it grape juice?
Yes,
do you know what?
it is.
Intern the sage. If you say in your Tonger verse that it makes everyone drunk on life and just thrilled and happy, then it will, because it's your Tonger verse. I cannot believe you.
It is.
I thought
your
this would be a
Tonger
good
verse.
purchase to share.
I would never have guessed that you had got yourself Jesus blood, the body of Christ, to hand out to just all our Tongarian fam. Intern this age because you are a god and you give treats. That's what you do.
And you know what? These aren't even.
And it inspired another story, by the way. Florida man breaks into Florida church, baptizes himself before stealing money.
You guys, you know what I just thought of?
Shouldn't you have done that in the opposite order? You steal the money and then baptize yourself and ask forgiveness? Or it's been a minute since I've been into the church, y'all. I could be wrong on the order in that. Tell me, Sage the Intern, what were you going to say?
In the game, you need the contrast in the game. Make yourself a little bit more of a sinner, and then you give yourself a chance to break back into the church and baptize yourself again, and then steal more money.
And then steal more money. I love it.
And steal more money.
Can you see him
Oh,
yet?
Lord. I see one, and I see what you're doing, and I hope that you have not yet replaced the carpet in your house. I know. So you know what? If it becomes a disastrous event, I think it'll be all right.
Well, it's fine because I'm ripping out the carpet anyway. So
what exactly? You can go ahead and play your Body of Christ Jenga Tonger. That's another new game we're gonna add to our merch list.
Ooh.
When this Jenga tower falls, you get a nice sort of blade effect. Having just the blood shower down on everyone, and then y'all get to eat Body of Christ crackers, and isn't that nice?
Just a second, I got distracted, but now I'm
What's the salt to vinegar ratio in the Body of Christ cracker?
Ooh,
it probably has no salt, but vinegar we can work on. I forgot to tell you.
New merch idea. We need to have the flavored ones. Tell us.
Just think if I could sneak these into the church during the part of where he blessed the body and blood. Don't worry, I'll try again. The body and blood, then they're all blessed. So then it is truly the body and blood of Christ. But I'll do my own
Intern
blessing
the
of them,
stage.
so that can never happen. Get Shrek'd.
Get to
Yeah.
Shrek. Intern the stage. I thought you were gonna do a sneaky, like, I'm gonna bless these by a priest and he won't know he's blessing them. Neener, and then I'm gonna add my own little thing to it. And I'm gonna reverse Uno card that priest blessing onto these Tonger body of Christ. We need to get them flavored. That's another merch thing that we need to do. We need to have different flavors of blood. Now, this is a great idea. We could have different flavors of blood for like different species, alien species. And so it would be like, this is human body of Christ Tonger, and this is reptilian would be green, and the Pleiadian ones would be blue. What flavors would they be? Reptilians have got to be what sort of flavor?
And they could have our funky chips on top.
Yeah. Arcturians, they're purple for sure.
Absolutely. That is absolutely correct, Miss. And we would have,
Yeah.
it's such a
I'm
great,
surprised my
it's such a,
grandparents haven't found these.
are you,
Yep.
do you, is that something that you need to hide? Mark Davis is in the house. Hello, Mark, good friend.
Mark.
Happy that you are joining us from Toronto. Hello.
What's up, buddy?
We were just talking about the
Yeah.
Toronto Blue Jays. And you cannot have Blue Jay feathers.
We were
in.
just talking about that Theo Blue Jays.
You
Although
are
they
not.
should move to Brampton if you ask me. Nobody asks me, but they should move to Brampton.
Well, we're asking you now, Florida
For
man.
literally
Where-
no reason.
Where for literally no reason. Good enough for me.
For no reason at all.
Were you ever going to read us your Florida man headlines that made you?
Yeah, let me pull them back up.
Florida
So I
man,
have a
look
question for both. Florida man, I have a question for you. Are you ready for my Quebbin?
at
Always. I am
Quebbin.
ready. I'm still working
What would
my
you
Quebbin
do with
situation from last week, but
150? What would you do with 150 gallons of used cooking oil from restaurants?
considering that I always keep that on hand anyway, I have a really quick answer for that. I would just keep making wings and I would drench them in this. And I'm talking drench. They would come out, they would chip your molar kind of thinking with them out. But I do thank you for asking, because nobody asked about my collection until tonight, until you. And it's a deeply, deeply appreciated.
Don't worry, I will always ask you.
Intern the Sage is on it, and I do love me a crispy chicken drummy. I do. I appreciate that. And how does this tie into your
Florida men accused? This is from 2 days ago. Florida men accused of stealing 150 gallons of used cooking oil from restaurants.
So you're stealing it to make chicken wings, and you know what? I support that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Or did you bite a bar manager's finger over incident about dog?
Well, that I already
leading
admitted to.
brawl?
That I confessed to already. That I'm not going to hide from.
Good to know.
You've already
That one I
got
own.
Okay,
Cop
what
the
other
plea
ones
on
do I
that
have
one?
for you?
He had it coming.
Ooh, that's not a good one to say out loud. Were
That's
you
Yeah, Captain Coke
accused?
instead of a jacket. What do you want me to do? Discuss it nicely with him?
Were
His finger
you
was just
sentenced
there.
for illegal international turtle trade? Don't trade
What?
turtles.
Oh, no,
You
that
can't
was not
take
fun.
care of them.
I
That was
didn't.
not good.
What kind of turtles? I love
It
turtles.
just says for illegal
Maybe turtles.
international turtle trade.
Do you know that makes me want to tell a story? Would you like to hear my turtle story?
Very
Yes.
much.
So, I love it. So when I was a little bitty, we were at a mini golf course in Aberdeen. We were just leaving, packing up, getting ready to go. And I thought I found a quarter in the parking lot, but it turned out it was the tiniest little turtle. And my dad let me take it home because I was a strange little child. I did not know, of course, until later in life that this made me strange. Intern the Sage, I hope that maybe you were a bit like me. I was the kind of child who caught like salamanders in the window wells when it rained, and like snakes and frogs.
Yeah.
Good. That makes me feel better. Florida man, what? That's normal to you, ain't it? collecting
We
amphibians.
live with reptilian Jurassic Park wildlife. This is just how we roll. Yes.
It's what you do. So I had a fish tank that already had 3 salamanders in it, and I put my turtle in it, and my turtle got big real fast. And one day I was checking on them, and my salamanders was missing some legs and pieces of their tails. Turns out it was a snapping turtle. And Daddy was like, well, we can't have that because you play with them and you'll lose some digits. So we took that snap. It's early 90s, not exactly a lot of places in rural South Dakota to surrender a snapping turtle. So we went and let it go at the West Lake.
No! No, you broke all the rules.
We did.
All the rules were broken.
Cut to, I don't know how, I can't say how many years later, but I'm at my younger brother's high school graduation, and on the counter is a local newspaper with a picture of the biggest, fattest snapping turtle you ever saw, with the headline, Bubba the I think it's Jabba or Bubba the snapping turtle spotted again at the West Lake. And it was this whole story about how this thing's been spotted over the last 20-some years, and nobody knows how this thing ended up in the West Lake. And I said to my mom, I said, how come you never told anyone that it was me and Dad that let that thing go in the West Lake? And she looked at me and she said, that was you guys?
You take
Iconic.
one damn road trip to South Dakota and you lose a pet, and the next thing you know, it's a local legend.
And that's what happened. That's how I created a local legend of the snapping turtle in the West Lake. Because I
What
went
pet am I
mini
gonna lose this
golfing.
time?
And that just goes to show you that
Ooh.
when you have fun, you can create a legend.
You can. Now, what lizard can I drop off this time in June for Tonger Nation to completely disrupt the local ecosystem again? Open
Well,
to all
I tell
suggestions.
you, I would love so much
A
to have
monitor lizard.
Where are you going to find one of those?
He's in Florida.
I was just
Florida?
thinking in
Literally
iguana.
everywhere.
I love iguanas. My daddy had iguanas when we were growing up too for a while, and they were fun. And I'd love to have an iguana again. You can turn this side. Are you still?
I feel like a kid at Perkins who is bored at the table, so you stack your creamers. Sorry, it's falling.
I love that that's what you do to entertain yourself at Perkins. And now you say kid at Perkins. I would absolutely do that now. I was going to say, I would still do that now. What were you talking about? I still do the thing where I pull off one end of the, oh my Lord, intern the sage. That is
It's pretty tall.
What a beauteous body of Christ pyramid you have built for yourself. Body and blood of Christ pyramid Tonger. Now, if that is not some kind of a ritual or beginning to something, I don't know what is. I feel like you need to have yourself that top shot and body of Christ off of there and make some kind of wild wish into the Tongerverse.
Have you guys... Oh, shoot, I can't make
Can
the
we bury a
thing.
pharaoh
My
under
scrunchie
there?
won't work.
We
get yourself. Get yourself.
That is
crow's
also
foot.
a really good conspiracy theory.
What?
About
what?
the pyramids.
We do it
That they never end.
What?
Oh.
That they never end, that they just keep going straight under the earth.
I thought it was like a home invasion Tonger thing happening just now. That would have been awesome. Like,
No,
live.
you like my...
Did you
my
almost...
scrunchy gun? It doesn't look very good.
Did you almost have an home invasion Tonger? Who is...
No, my guys are
like
just
we
being
did.
nutsos.
I feel like Sage the Intern almost had like a home invasion Tonger situation. Maybe it was just a cat.
And down goes body of Christ Jenkins Tonger. But here we go. We get...
Do you want some... Here's some more Sage lore, if you're ready.
Oh, yes. I would love some more Sage lore, and I also need to go down the rabbit hole.
We do like some lore. I think
We
we're
do
lore
love
fans
some lore.
here. We are lore
I believe-
enthusiasts.
lore enthusiast.
So back when Sage was in college, and was I a barista at this time? I must have been. I don't know. I can't remember.
Intern the Sage, the effortless barista.
Scooter's girly here, not a Starbucks girly.
Agree.
But I had found the Starbucks cold brew, and they're just like, they're little things like this, but obviously bigger because you need more concentrate. But the thing with cold brew is since it's been sitting overnight to 48 hours, it is strong as ball sacks. So I was like, oh my gosh, I got to stay up for an exam. It's fine. Life is okay. And there is a video of this from my roommate. She took a video of me shooting. I should make her send it to me, of shooting the first cold brew round, and I think I filled it up or grabbed another one and shot another one. Well, let me just tell you, after that, I think I was up for a solid like 72 hours. I just never died, and I should have died after that, and I just never did.
But you are,
and that's how I got through my finals week that year.
Intern the Sage, awake for 72 hours taking finals.
It was crazy.
It split off a new timeline though, where it only appeared that you didn't.
That I didn't what?
Sage the intern died that day. You died.
Intern the Sage.
Sage the intern wasn't born at that point. That wasn't Sage the intern. That was college Sage. That was barista Sage.
Whole other Sage.
Sage the barista. Sage the intern was hired. 2 years later, probably after that point. Trying to think.
Well, time isn't real. It's all wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. So it doesn't really matter the linear nature of it. It is just another infinite version of the effortless guy that is Intern the Sage. What?
All right. Hypothesis.
All right.
We had a walk-in soul situation happen at the moment of.
A walk-in. Wait, say it again.
What?
The technology just cut out and got.
We had a walk-in soul situation that occurred.
It
so
was
the soul that inhabited Sage the intern vessel bugged the hell out, and we had a walk-in come in at that exact moment.
There was.
And what we've been interacting with ever since has been the walk-in.
And we did not even know. And the walk-in is over there enjoying her body of Christ. Now, do give us, please, your
They're bad. They aren't good. I think the best part for me, though, well, actually, the worst, because they're bad, is they probably weren't made by nuns. And the good ones are made by nuns.
See, only a walk-in would say that.
Cheers. Then you gotta tap it. Oh, I fucked that up. I gotta redo it. You cheers it, you slam it on the table, and then you shoot it. Cheers.
Ding. Ding. I will imagine. And what is
That's the best part. That's good. It tastes like grape juice and water. Exactly what it is.
Well,
so now I have 98 left of them.
I can see you've had North Carolina wine before.
I enjoyed North Carolina wine. Excuse me, that muscadine wine.
Did you
that
know?
was some of.
Oh no.
That was some of my favorite.
I never got my drink.
Go get your drink. Intern the Sage, effortless guy that you are.
What you had right next door.
And what I drove through Virginia. And then went. I drove through Virginia and DC to get to Frederick, Maryland, while I was there visiting my aunt. And that's when we had the crab legs in Frederick, Maryland, where you get to pop them all apart, them Maryland crabs, and pull off their legs and smash them with the thing and make a mess. What?
Okay,
Are
let's
you
stop.
Redneck Mary.
Yeah, I'll show it to you in just a second.
I can't wait.
But before we do that, I have
Okay.
to give you a background of the drink I'm currently holding in my hands. Nothing paranormal anymore, Laura.
Sorry, no.
I am gonna bless these and hand these out, and that is paranormal.
That's her paranormal intern. The sage is going to bless everyone with her body of Christ and her.
I disagree. Laura, we have been on the paranormal train, unbeknownst to all of us. We just discovered we have a walk-in situation here, and everything has been filtered through that. So we're not even dealing with the original soul. We thought we were. Now the whole thing has kind of been blown to hell. I'm starting to wonder now if Bernie might be a walk-in too. Now you got this stirring. Florida man doesn't think much, but when he does, occasionally
Bernie has always been a walk-in. Bernie's always been.
I have a question. I have a question for you. Question for Florida man. Does that mean every single time I get a new job, I'm a new walk-in of myself then?
I think in every
Not
new
necessarily.
now.
Okay.
But you can be, and you can be a new now walk-in of yourself in every new present Tonger. Because every present Tonger is new.
Oh,
and any walk-in could just come in. Like Frankie could zap right back in here if only I had my AC/DC hat from high school and I could just really rock and roll this thing. But Sage, the intern, please do tell us about your bucket of ice cream. What?
Okay. It's not a bucket of ice cream. Let me give you some disclosure there. But I will say, I was wondering, I have a tub?
Tube. You have tube.
I got a tub of frosting in my freezer. And I pulled it out. It's kind of my emotional. You know how people have some emotional support food? That's my emotional support food. Because I can just dip a spoon. Already. I can ice chip a spoon. I was gonna say scoop a spoon, but you got to ice chip. And I can get one spoonful of frosting, and then I can suck on it like a lollipop for like a solid 30 minutes.
That is a frosting popsicle. Frosting popsicle Tonger.
Frosting popsicle. It's so good. It is so good because I homemade that frosting. Anyway, and I was wondering, I was like, why does
that's your own homemade? That's your own homemade frosting.
Yeah, I homemade it. I have I should give you some actually.
I would love some.
This had exploded all over my freezer, so I gotta finish it, even though it's like halfway full. But it is peach. What the fuck are you? Your peach teeny frozen drink mix. I'm pretty sure it has vodka in it.
Oh, well, lovely. So there's all kind of things happening with your popsicle Tonger situation. Homemade vodka frosting popsicle Tonger.
Yeah, I don't like sticky things. Also, some sage lore. Sticky things gets a thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Sticky things. I'm with you. Sticky things and sticky fingers. Like my baby sister McKenna, who has just had sticky fingers all her whole life. I'm telling you. I don't know.
The good part about this, good and bad, is that it never truly.
Do you take no responsibility for that? Are we just pointing fingers here?
Me?
Yeah, we are.
Who responsibility for what now?
Yeah.
Now, whose fault is what?
The sticky fingers situation.
We don't take responsibility for other people's actions.
I do not take responsibility. I do not take any accountability for her sticky fingers. I don't.
I think you were the Big Bang of her sticky fingers.
No, here's what it is. My mother has a bit of OCD, and I think what it is, the way that I sort of refuse to be a good housekeeper, even though I don't have a lot to keep up because I live by myself. McKenna refuses to wash her hands as a sort of rebellious act because we know Mom doesn't like the sticky fingers either. I don't like it neither, but I understand the need to rebel, so I allow it. How is that homemade frosting?
I don't know if she gets a pass. This is not homemade frosting. This is very much alcohol.
Oh, Rocky, good for you.
It has earned a Pluto toss.
My cat.
You know that.
I love
my firstborn kitty.
Your firstborn kitty.
Kitty, say hi.
Kitty's not having it.
Staring at you.
Oh,
he's not having it.
He's pissed because I would not let him eat the string to my blinds.
Oh, well, you can't do that. Now, you know what? The cats, they're so active and paying attention because cats can see souls and they're just watching all the souls that keep walking in and out. That's why they are so very attentive.
Only my great grandma and grandpa's souls should be here.
All we need is Shakes and all the rest of the crew. Happy.
I still have not watched Shakes the Clown. I need to indulge in Shakes the Clown. I think I have not watched that yet.
That is a life-changing experience.
Is it? I shall do my best to find it the perfect time, Tong space continuum in which to watch it and turn the stage. What was that face you?
My computer is doing some funky things, and I'm trying to get it back to life.
A soul has walked into your computer and taken over.
It probably is my great grandma. My great grandma was good with computers.
Well, hello, great grandma, and welcome. Shakes the Clown is this. Is it Sector 1 of the Tongerverse? Mm-hmm. I know I'm Sector 6. That's for sure. That's for
Sector
certain.
001.
Bernie's holding down Sector.
Literal center of the Tongerverse.
I don't know. If it's an no, the Tongerverse is going to have to be a 0. The 01, the 01, that's just one notch off the central finite curve of the Tong space continuum.
That's right. Because it's creation from the Tongerverse. So creation is essentially one notch off the eternal now, but it comes back in as gravity brings it back in. So it's always there and it's always happening. Shakes the Clown is always happening.
So I can feel good about being one notch off. It just means that I am creation. It's not that it's not girl ADHD intern the sage. You
can't feel good about it. Shakes the Clown can. You can't go off that. Sorry, but Shakes the Clown can feel good about that.
I am 6 notches off the central finite curve. I get to feel really super excited about that. I get to be so excited that I'm creation times 6. That's what it is. Intern the stage, you need a tonget so that you can, and a pair of tongs so that you can practice this in the screen throwing with us.
It's currently down the side of my desk.
Your tongue?
Yeah.
Well, intern.
You know what I really want to do?
What do you really want?
I want to be 80, and I want to start Facebook beef with people that deserve a Facebook beef.
What? Get on LinkedIn and come and help us start LinkedIn beefs with mental health folks. Intern the sage.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
This is a great thing. It is fun.
It is fun. We have done it.
What happened? Give me an example. Also, wait, I have to put a disclaimer. Every time I take a bite of this and the alcohol hits my mouth, I shiver because it's disgusting. But the flavor is good, but the alcohol is gross. I agree.
I agree with intern the sage. I'm with you on that. I am not the biggest fan of alcohol, and I do not metabolize it well. But cheers to you anyway. Intern the sage. Now go backward though. Intern the sage. Go backwards to where we were before. Here.
Mental health.
Yes.
People that were fighting.
Beefing with people. Yes.
Yeah.
Tonger
give me some update about
established
that.
mental health professionals. All right. So basically, here's how this works. I get suggested posts from mental health professionals, and I use that in the strongest air quotes possible. And they talk about the mechanics of mental health and blah, blah, blah. So then we immediately come in with why Dr. Klopek from the Tongerverse has run a phase 3 clinical trial about the Tongerian method and this and that. And we have this wonderful thing. And then, of course, Dr. Haley is tagged to come in and bring her own robust research into it. And then it goes
Dr. Haley is often referencing. We get called out. Sometimes we do get called out, but guess what? That just makes it that much more fun. Then you get to go into
so much better
legal talk, I don't know, what would you even call it? I'm not even sure. Legal Karen Tonger.
We're very comfortable in a courtroom. We've done custody hearing Tonger. Like, this is not a new thing for us. We're good.
Custody hearing Tonger. It's not a new
Tonger.
thing. It's and we've done breakup Tonger. And we've got all kind of experience with it. So we can absolutely handle it. We'll be just fine. We've got those Tonget robes for the judges to wear. If anyone else should like to don a Tonget robe because perhaps you are a bit of a masochist and you would like to have Plutos thrown at you, we do not judge.
We don't. We have the WTF boxers for different judges too. WTF panties for some judges. We got them all. We got all the WTF undergarments for every judge in this fine land, and especially for the mental health professionals, who, by the way, we've converted to believers and allies. And I'll keep saying that until
we have absolutely. There are infinite Tonger verses in which we have converted all of them to our wondermous, playful, joyful cure for everything that could possibly ail you. Creating a Tongerverse where you are not ailing of anything. Ooh, look at it light up. Look at it light up.
This is what happens, though, when you literally cure depression. Exciting.
And turn the sage. How do you feel about joining us in our LinkedIn beefs, Tonger feuds that become Tonger alliances?
God, I just love fighting people. That's what I would do.
Intern the sage. That's when you come in as double S the enforcer.
Oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about this.
Let's talk about it.
I love when my friends rant to me about like someone in their life, and then I love being the yes man. But I love bringing the facts and logic with the yes man. So it's like a pew, pew. For example, group chat.
Yes.
Yesterday was Tuesday then. Yesterday was going off about this one lady, and I fucking hate her guts.
I hate your stinking guts.
Oh,
you make me vomit.
You make me.
Tell me you know the little rascals. After continue.
No, I don't. But they were talking. I had that on mute because I have all these exams that I've been doing, and so I tuned back in, and there's 452 messages in there, and I just read every single, and I'm reading through and I'm replying. And I love when my friends are like, yes, you bring points that we never thought of. And I was like, no way. How do you not think about this? But then I sometimes
because you are the effortless cut, and that perspective shift is easy for you.
I think I'm not all neurotypical, but I'm the most neurotypical out of our crazy little bunch. And I love attacking someone when needed. You don't hurt the core friend group. How dare you?
I like double S the enforcer. Ooh. I
should send you some screenshots.
You don't hurt the core friend group. You don't do that.
You do not attack
the core friend group.
No.
Tongarian fam, we do not attack from within. That is correctimus.
Because you know those fucking messages.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know those messages are being screenshot and sent in a different group chat without you. Or you already got kicked out of the group chat because you're fucking dumb. So it's like, think through your actions.
Kicked out of a group chat? Sounds so fun. Can I be kicked out of a group chat?
No, because you don't deserve it.
How does one do that? Because I kind of want to do that to a few of them.
How do I
call in the blacklist?
You just do it. You just do it and you say, oh,
no.
If you want the girl,
just like booted. How do I get myself booted?
Oh, you don't want to get booted. Don't get booted because no. If you want to get booted, you just have to leave the group chat for the better of your mental health. Now you're getting into girly pop stage.
Girly pop
for the better of your mental health, you need to leave the group chat.
I have a post-it. I have a post-it right here because I like to write down little sageisms now and then.
Girly Pop Sage is the next one.
This one here says, "Hey, bestie, you're actually a dumb cunt."
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember talking to myself while doing something. Oh,
They're different kind of group chat. Guy group chats are just basically assemblies of just pathological, disgusting psychopathy that are like just quote like well-adjusted members of society that come together and just unleash absolute mania in this thing that would get any of them not only canceled, divorced, imprisoned, you name it. At some point, I want to just get kicked out of some of these group chats, just like kicked out. Because if you leave, then you get the "why did you leave" text. I want to just be ultimately booted. Intern the Sage. How do I get myself booted from the group chat?
You don't.
No. I have the answer to that. If you're in a group chat with all the fellas and they are in their psychosis, all you have to do is get up in there and be the little lovey-dovey. I love you guys. You're so good. All you have to do is play a little shroom tonger and in the way that you are talking to them. Now imagine they'll kick you out quite quickly.
Yeah.
Intern the Sage,
would
do
not
you
be
imagine that?
well-received.
See? That's how you get kicked out.
I can see, gentlemen, I can see all these memes are coming from a deep place of an unhealed inner child. I'm here to talk about it with any of you because I love you.
That would get you kicked out immediately. That's how you do it.
Okay. Girly Pop Sage says you got to stand up for what you believe in. So if they're being racist in the group chat, you need to be like, whoa, time out. What is this about? Let's talk about this. We don't say that. What is in your mindset that leads you to this conclusion? Because that's awful. You're awful human beings. And then that'll get you kicked out pretty quick.
What cultural conditioning made you think this would be this?
Exactimusly. And you will be kicked out immediately.
Oh, so quick.
We've got so many ways we could get you kicked out of that group chat.
You start pulling the "I'm here for your mental health" and you are kicked out. So, pretty good. Or if you text her guys,
Tom
you're good.
In hand. Therefore, I'm here for the mental health. I mean, come on.
I am here to talk. I am here if you need to talk. That's all you need to say.
I'm here.
I'm here if you need to.
I'm here because I am you and you are me.
Go ahead and just keep on. And I am we, and we are Intern the Sage, Sage the Intern podcast. And I think that is a lovely place in which to wrap up and Intern the Sage. If you deem it that we may be dismissed.
Oh, we can keep going. I don't care. I was just gonna give you some ASMR. I have nothing to do.
Well, then I will leave it to Florida Man. Then do we
Florida
go
Man?
ahead?
You tell us when we're done. You say.
Florida Man can give you another 10 minutes.
You've been given the
That's
time.
great. Do you guys know?
Been given the time.
I don't know how old you would have been. How old were you when Vine came out? Are you Vine kids?
What is Vine?
Are you Vine kids?
Intern the Sage. I am tangentially aware of what Vine is. I know that there was once upon a one-time evening when my sister made me watch a YouTube compilation of Vine videos, but I was not a Vine kid. I see that you find that upsetting.
I find that really upsetting. I am stealing this from one of my favorite content creators. We are, in fact, going to have a little rate this Vine moment the next time we all get together because this is ridiculous. And I know you've heard all of these things. So really quick, Vine was this app before TikTok, and they were all 6-second videos. 6 seconds. That's where your Mary Chrysler came from. There's a couple more that I'm not gonna say aloud because I don't want to.
Good enough.
Free Shavakadu.
Right.
Or Roadworks here. I hope it does. Roadwork Ahead. That's what that one is. Roadwork
totally
Ahead.
should.
I sure hope it does. And they were roommates. Yeah, we're doing that next time. Disgusting.
I think you should. No, you should give me a bunch, and I will figure out how to upload them and share them so that we can all look at them and give me a little compilation of some vines so we can pull up and do a little reaction video.
You're damn
too.
right.
I intern the
Well, if
stage.
I can just, if I can snatch this from the creator, that would be 10 out of 10.
I intern the sage. If you think I can figure this out with 10 T-minus 10 minutes left on the Florida Man time clock to figure out how to pull up this thing here on the video.
No, I will have a full PowerPoint for you. We'll have a PowerPoint moment.
You will not have a PowerPoint. Intern
I will have a
sage.
PowerPoint.
That will be.
Have
the
I ever
only-
told
You
you
know what
that I
PowerPoint
love
is.
word products? I love word products. That's your
It's
PowerPoint.
an
That's your
interesting
Excel.
fetish.
That's your Access. Not a fetish. Whoa, hold your horses. Just because I like it doesn't mean it's a fetish.
I listen.
Disagree.
I
I,
like-
think everything that we like is fun.
I'm fine.
You're weird. I think that was a little strange.
I'm with it. Listen, I have a beef jerky fetish. I love beef jerky. There it is. I'm gonna
How
call
are we
everything.
defining fetish?
Anything
Because that
that
makes
you,
a difference.
anything that is is fetish or fetish adjacent. I will say fetish adjacent is acceptable to fall under the fetish category, which means it does not have to be of a sexual nature. You can have a fetish adjacent feeling about
Mhm.
something. I'm fetish adjacent on
Absolutely.
beef jerky.
Fetish can be for
So
anything.
there you go.
Frankie Bear,
It's
you did
co-opted for
not.
sexual stuff. It could be anything.
You didn't give me a full definition of it. I want a full definition of fetish in your words, and then we can go to fetish adjacent. I demand
Well-
it. We aren't done until you give me that to me.
I do agree fetish does not have to be a sexual thing because I think it's just a fun word to say. Fetish. And I do remember
It is. And that's why it was used.
What?
That's why it's used for everything.
it's a fun word to say. Intern
Yeah.
the stage.
That wasn't
fun.
at you. I promise. That was at the mouthful that I had.
Don't worry, Frankie Bear was on it. I absolutely realized that was a vodka mouthful that you just got, and it gave you a little. I get it. I'm with it. I don't worry.
Mhm.
No judgment here. Intern.
Okay,
I don't
here's
know
one.
why it's okay
Listerine.
when it
Here's
sits on
one.
my tongue. I'm ready.
Love these. I love them. Love them.
What are they?
Do you have a fetish for them? Yes. Why? Because it's fun to say fetish. That's it.
What is it?
What is?
Show it again.
What are they?
Show it again. Is it a Listerine strip?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay, I agree with you. This might be a product of our childhood, but those are so good
Aren't
that
they?
it might be a product of our
amazing.
childhood. I got
I
a
love
huge
those
pack off of
damn things.
Amazon. One time, I don't have them anymore.
I don't know that I ever
They're
picked
wonderful
up on
companions.
the Listerine strip. I do not know that I picked up on that particular fetish growing up. I guess we just had chewing
No,
gum.
it's because they're spicy.
they're spicy.
That's why they're spicy.
They got a little minty kick to them.
Yeah.
Oh, I
they're-
always well, if I wanted
What?
something spicy, I wanted a cinnamon Altoid. I'm a cinnamon Altoids kind of gal.
That's a product of your environment.
Well,
Cinnamon. I
you-
didn't know they do cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's cinnamon, absolutely cinnamon. I love cinnamon.
When
Ooh,
the
that's
hell did
cinnamon
this
regular
happen?
cinnamon.
I
cinnamon
love
Altoids.
We got
What-
this pack.
What is that?
have
When you
a-
said product of your environment, as if it were a
Costco,
bad
like,
thing.
level. Did you actually did you steal that from the Altoids factory? Did you just bust the truck in there one night and just start loading boxes of Altoids onto the
You know what? I
was
might
it like
as
an
well
Ocean's
should've, but
11 heist?
No.
Intern the
No,
sage. Can we
dude,
please
when
do
you
that? We need to
reach-
ambush like an Altoids warehouse or something like that. We need to ambush.
That is our
Amazon
July
warehouse.
heist.
That's what we need to do.
We're
We
doing it.
need to absolutely.
Okay, buying in bulk off of Amazon is my favorite thing.
It's
I
so
just
fun.
got blow pops.
Buy it in bulk off of Amazon, Tonger. Yes, I do know. Yes, I know. Blow.
I got package of the mini ones.
Yes.
And they're perfect to just it's a problem now, and I gotta limit myself. but I'll pop one in my mouth and then it'll be gone. And then I'll pop another in my mouth, but the gum is still in my mouth, but it's super sticky because of the outside candy part is still on it. So it's like sticking to my teeth as I'm trying to suck another one, and it's just.
This is why I do not like
But
those.
the cycle continues.
I prefer the mini dum-dums that you get at the bank. Drive-through Tonger.
The orange and the brown ones are the best.
The orange and the brown ones are the worst. You are welcome to them. I will have the red and the blue and the green, please.
I think you're
Florida
nuts.
man. I think you're nuts. Florida man, where do we stand on an orange creamsicle
made out of any of this.
What? Excuse me, what?
This isn't the first time today Florida man's been confused about something, and it won't be the last. But I would say that Florida man fundamentally does not have an opinion on this because you alienate half of your constituency in every part of the state. You got the orange part of the state, you got the brown part of the state, you got the blue part of the state, you got the purple part of the state, you got the yellow part of the state. I got to make friends with all of them because there's a gator to be wrestled in every part of the damn state.
Well, that is true. You do have many gators that you
Just
need to
saying.
be wrestling. But I will say that intern the sage, it just means that the ones that I don't like, you can have, and the ones that you don't like, I can have, and we just balance it. Again, intern the sage. This is when we make one whole human. Together, we make one whole human. What did you find? What is it you have found?
Well done,
tell us about?
I found orange ones on bulk off of Amazon.
Ew. Fine. You and Florida man can have all the orange blow pops that you want.
There's blue ones. I can do the blue ones for you.
You're welcome.
We
enjoy.
will.
I would enjoy it very much. I like the red ones. I'm a fan of the red ones. What? You have
Same.
T-minus.
And
the red ones are the best ones.
we are at 111.
Make a wish.
Make a wish. Make a wish. Pull it in from the Tongerverse. And it
Guys,
is so,
I found them without the sticks.
so that you can
Oh, that's
you found just the candy without the garbage. Let's get those.
Yeah. Dude, candy without the garbage is so sexy. Okay, I have a new phrase. Can we talk about this or is our time up? Because technically that's been 10 minutes.
What, do we have time for a new phrase?
I feel like this is the great closer.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Intern the Sage's new phrase is how we end.
Because you guys are now some of my BFFs. My new phrase
that's an accomplishment.
Quote unquote makes me nut. And I'll use it in a sentence for you.
Please do.
Awesome.
Suckers without the trash makes me nut. Buying in bulk off of Amazon makes me nut. Let me see if I have some in the group chat.
I do need just a couple more before we go. I need to go to sleep. Knowing about the things that make Intern the Sage nut is what I need to fall asleep thinking about this evening. What else do you have, Intern the Sage? There we are.
Okay, this is a little graphic. Are you ready for this one?
How graphic? Are we going to be canceled? Do I need to be concerned? Hang on to your tongue.
No, I'll scale it down a little bit. So after you pick off ticks,
scale nothing down. Everything exists in the present Tonger.
After you pick off ticks, and you know how I like to pop them.
I do know how you like to do that.
I love popping them.
Popping ticks makes it stay.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna read off part of this text. Okay. It makes me nut seeing all the blood in their bodies burst and knowing they can't suck any more blood out of my body. That is such a good Sage quote right there.
That is a perfectimus Intern the Sage quote. And it fits so well with this Donner Party walk-in soul version of you that is buying body of Christ and blood of Christ and is popping ticks and having it. Intern the Sage. You know what? Intern the Sage. makes us nut in the Tongerverse because you are an effortless god.
I should take a picture of my tick graveyard in my bedroom.
You go right. You
People
want to share
have
that?
balls of contacts. I have a tick graveyard.
Who's the Beetlejuice of ticks in that graveyard?
That is intern the sage. Yeah, who
I
is
know.
bring it?
Are you ready? It's the one I picked off from right here. It hurt really bad. Not a huge chunk. That's dramatic, but a huge chunk of my skin came off with him. But I got the head off, and that's all that matters. And I popped him, and he's beautiful.
Exploded.
He's the Beetlejuice. And that is the end.
And
Thank
friend,
you so much.
this
joining
is
us.
what
Podcast
effortless
makes me
godding
nut.
looks like.
It absolutely is. That is a correctimus. Thank you all for joining us. This is the Tongarian crew from Sage the Intern signing off. And we'll catch you in another present Tonger.